Hello, thank you for giving me the opportunity to spend some time with you out of this day. I wanted to talk today about a way to handle stress. And I'm going to have you do a little exercise. And what you can do is at each phase of the exercise, you can stop it and continue the exercise until you feel you completed it. But I'm going to just talk it through. So if you want to know all the steps, you can just have it run through and then later on go through the individual steps by stopping and starting. So this exercise is something I've done before, I think at Westlight, but it's a little, there's some variations. And when we have stress, we normally feel it in our bodies. And so what I'd invite you to do is take your hands and make a fist. And as you make the fist and you tighten it, kind of notice where you're experiencing in your body the tightness. It could be in your hands, maybe it's in your shoulders, maybe it's in your chest. And just kind of ask the Lord to maybe show you what that might indicate, what that might represent to you. For instance, a tightness in your shoulders could indicate maybe you're carrying something that you're having to hold up, and that's a point of stress. In your hands, maybe you're holding on to something. Maybe it's a relationship that you don't feel ended well, or when you separated, it didn't feel like everything was resolved, and so you're hanging on to it. And so whatever that is, I would invite you to just spend some time identifying it and naming it. Kind of like it could be just, if it's an individual, thinking about that individual, naming that name and going through that. Then after you have that image and that situation or place in mind, what I invite you to do is open your hands. So in other words, have your palms up. And in this palms up, what this represents is being able to release it to God, being able to hand it over to Him. And as you release your fists, think about what that feels like. And then kind of transfer that image or that feeling to maybe the parts of your body where you were feeling the tension. And so the second part of this exercise is just these open hands represent us being able to release whatever it was that was causing us stress and tension into a place where God can take it from us. And we don't have to do this alone. It's no longer just ours to carry or ours to hang on to, that He is with us in that. Then the last exercise is, after you feel like you've opened your hands as wide as you can or as much as you can, I invite you to turn your hands over. And what this represents is a commitment that you're going to give it over to God and you aren't going to hang on to it anymore. And so it's a commitment to let this be in God's hands and in His care. So that the commitment is to lay it down, to surrender it. And I would invite you to go through this exercise as slowly as you can, or as many times as you want to. There isn't a going through this once and it's all resolved kind of thing. And I would also invite you, if you have some people who are safe, to kind of share the experience with them and walk through with them on this. But the last thing I wanted to say about this is, when you place this down, if that situation ever comes up, or if that person that you had this unresolved thing crosses your path again, I want you to look at the back of your hands and let that be a reminder that you've put it down. You've given it over to God, and allow that thought to be the thought instead of becoming tense and be experiencing the stress. So again, if you want to talk more about this, I'd be happy to. You can contact me at stan@westlight.org. God bless you, and pray that the peace that passes understanding will be yours. Take care.